A quiet prison corridor. Heavy doors. Strict routines. And behind those walls, one of the most closely watched political stories connected to South Africa continues to unfold. But what many supporters and critics did not expect were the emotional details now beginning to emerge from inside the prison system, details that, according to reports, are adding a deeply human dimension to the ongoing story surrounding Michael San Lana. Before we break down everything known so far, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and stay informed. Stories like this evolve quickly, and every update can reshape how the public understands the political moment unfolding in South Africa. The situation surrounding Michael San Lana has become one of the most talked about developments in recent South African political discourse. While the legal and institutional processes continue to move forward, new accounts describing his emotional state inside prison have started circulating in political circles and on social media. These accounts, while not all independently verified, are drawing significant public attention because they provide a rare glimpse into the personal side of a political figure whose case has already generated intense debate. According to sources familiar with the situation, San Lana's current chapter behind bars has been marked by moments of reflection and emotional strain. Reports suggest that the adjustment to prison life has not been easy, especially given the level of national attention surrounding the case. Observers note that for political figures accustomed to public platforms, structured schedules, and constant engagement with supporters, the transition into the controlled and isolated environment of prison can be profoundly difficult. Inside correctional facilities in South Africa, routines are strict and carefully regulated. Inmates must follow schedules for meals, movement, communication, and rest. For someone previously involved in political activity and public engagement, such an abrupt shift can create both psychological and emotional challenges. Sources indicate that San Lana has spent considerable time reflecting on the events that led to his current situation. Some reports suggest that he has maintained communication with close family members and legal representatives, conversations that reportedly focus on both personal well-being and the legal process still unfolding outside prison walls. While details remain limited, people close to the situation say that these interactions have been emotionally significant. The broader political context also plays a major role in how this story is being perceived. South Africa has a long history of political figures navigating complex legal battles. In many cases, public opinion becomes deeply divided, with supporters viewing legal proceedings through one lens while critics interpret them through another. The situation involving San Lana appears to follow a similar pattern. Supporters argue that his case represents a larger political struggle and emphasize the emotional toll the situation may be taking on him and those close to him. On the other hand, critics insist that institutions must operate independently and that legal processes should unfold without political pressure or influence. This tension between political loyalty and institutional accountability is not new in South Africa, but each case brings its own dynamics and public reactions. In recent days, conversations about San Lana's emotional state have begun spreading across online platforms. Supporters have shared messages expressing concern and solidarity, while commentators have debated the broader implications for the country's political climate. What makes this moment particularly significant is how quickly narratives can develop in the digital age. A single report or claim can circulate widely within hours, shaping public perception before full verification becomes available. That is why many analysts stress the importance of relying on confirmed information from credible sources. According to individuals familiar with prison procedures, emotional challenges during incarceration are not unusual. The sudden loss of personal freedom, separation from daily routines, and intense media scrutiny can create a difficult psychological environment. For political figures, the pressure may be even greater. Every development inside prison, no matter how small, can become a public headline. This constant attention can add an additional layer of stress, both for the individual involved and for their family members. Reports indicate that San Lana has also been spending time reviewing legal documents with his legal team. While the full details of these discussions are not public, sources say that preparations related to ongoing legal processes remain an important focus. Legal experts note that cases involving prominent political figures often move through multiple stages, including appeals, procedural reviews, and hearings that can extend over long periods of time. As a result, what is happening inside prison today may represent only one chapter in a much longer legal and political story. Meanwhile, the South African public continues to watch closely. Political commentators say the case has become symbolic of larger debates about leadership, accountability, and the functioning of democratic institutions. For some observers, the situation raises questions about how the justice system handles politically connected figures. For others, it reinforces the importance of legal equality and due process. Government institutions have so far maintained a measured and procedural approach. Officials associated with the correctional system have not released extensive information about San Lana's daily conditions, which is consistent with standard policy regarding inmates' privacy and security. However, authorities emphasize that all inmates in South Africa are managed under established correctional regulations designed to ensure safety, order, and access to basic rights such as legal representation and communication with family members. This institutional framework is intended to maintain fairness while avoiding political interference. Despite this structured environment, public curiosity continues to grow. Many South Africans are asking the same questions: what exactly is happening behind prison walls? How is San Lana coping emotionally? And what might the next phase of the legal process look like? Political analysts caution that answers may take time. Legal proceedings often move slowly, particularly when they involve high-profile figures and complex allegations. Each stage requires careful review of evidence, legal arguments, and procedural safeguards designed to protect fairness. Because of this, observers expect the San Lana story to remain part of the national conversation for the foreseeable future. Another important element shaping this story is the reaction from political organizations and community groups. Some voices within political circles have called for patience, emphasizing that legal institutions must be allowed to complete their work without external pressure. Others have expressed concern about the emotional well-being of individuals involved, arguing that public discourse should remain respectful and responsible. These contrasting perspectives reflect the broader diversity of opinion within South Africa's democratic landscape.